foreign ministers of the Quad grouping condemned the April 22nd terrorist attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam that killed about 26 civilians. Now, in a joint statement, the foreign ministers of the USA, India, Japan and Australia urged that those behind the Pahalgam attack should be brought to justice. Now, the Quad joint statement said they call for perpetrators, organizers and financiers of the April 22nd Pahalgam attack to be brought to justice. Listen in to what the Indian leader had to say.
A word about terrorism in the light of our recent experience. The world must display zero tolerance. Victims and perpetrators must never be equated. And India has every right to defend its people against terrorism, and we will exercise that right. We expect our Quad partners to understand and appreciate that. India plans to host the next Quad summit. We have some proposals on how to make that productive. I'm sure so do our partners. We will discuss, and I'm sure we will agree.
External Affairs Minister Jaishankar earlier met with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio on the sidelines of the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting, during which they discussed bilateral partnership and shared perspectives on regional and global developments. Now, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar.
These are very important countries. These are very important strategic partners and allies of the United States. And together we have a lot of shared priorities, a lot of things we care about in the world. I think there are many global problems, but also problems that we face in our respective countries that can be solved by us cooperating together. And there are many topics that we can work on and focus on. One that I've personally been very focused on is diversifying the global supply chain of critical minerals, not just access to the raw material, but also access to the ability to process and refine it to usable material. It's critical for all technologies and for all industries across the board. And so having a diverse and reliable global supply chain of these is just one example of many that we can focus on and build upon and achieve some real progress on. So that's the hope for this partnership. That's why it's so important to host it here today.
Now, India's External Affairs Minister Jaishankar, who is in the US, said that the India-US defense partnership is one of the most important parts of the two countries' relationship. He made the statement during his visit to Pentagon in Washington. Now, the meeting came on the heels of the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting. US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth welcomed the growing defense partnership between the two countries. Now, Hegseth highlighted that the integration of US defense systems into India's armed forces and outlined the goal of expanding further industrial cooperation and co-production networks. Now, the US Defence Secretary also batted for joint production of defense systems in the future.